do think we are in a Trump slump when it comes to metals, Tim. Would you agree?
It could be. Yeah, everybody's kind of holding their breath, waiting for January 20th. The Trump slump is not as much of a slump as I would expect it to be. What is going to happen if we have a situation that involves hyperinflation?
The worst day on Wall Street since the crash of 1987.
We're now down 43%.
This could be the most serious recession in decades.
Protect your retirement with a gold and silver IRA. Learn more at sdbullion.com/IRA. Recognize these eagles, Tim?
The Eagles? Are they Philadelphia Eagles?
No. I bought those from you the other day. Remember?
Yes.
All calls circulated.
Yeah,
How did that video go over well?
The nastiest coins.
I do love nasty looking eagles, right? Oh, this one's really toned
It's got
up.
some nice color.
Yeah, it does. Huh. Some people love that. Yeah. So yeah, this is one of my earliest forms of silver stacking from your shop. I have a lot of fond memories about that. There's something else, Tim, that I really want to address. A poll that I put up on Black Friday. The spot price of silver and gold down, and Black Friday deals going on, and almost 2/3 were not buying. What is your take on this?
Well, until this administration changes over, there aren't many people buying much of anything. No, I think it's the fact that everything is so expensive and there aren't many great deals has been a factor. I think a lot of people went to malls and kind of walked around and said, I just don't see anything I want to buy. You know, people are being more responsible only because they, after the last 4 years, they realize that you got to pay attention to the value of your money and what things are actually costing you. I just got my 3 tax bills. They all went up. And
so the cost of living,
is
price
a
inflation
big deal.
is a big deal. What are you seeing in the shop? Buying and selling. What are you seeing more?
So far this week, it's been a lot more selling than buying. And at least I'm buying good things. I'm buying gold and silver for most people. And there are a lot of things that I'm not buying, but people are still trying to get rid of those, coin-related things. But everybody has a good reason. I haven't seen anybody say, I need to sell this. I'm totally out of money or anything like that. Good, valuable projects that people want to work on. And we've had quite a bit of cashing in silver to buy gold and gold to buy silver. So that's not a bad way to go. If somebody is maybe trimming their holdings in one or the other. But I don't see that much activity in the general marketplace, and a lot of it could be New Hampshire. We are a no sales tax state, so you expect Black Friday to be a big deal, and it just hasn't been that big a deal.
Interesting. I do think we are in a Trump slump when it comes to metals, Tim. Would you agree?
It could be. Yeah, everybody's kind of holding their breath, waiting for January 20th. And the Trump slump is not as much of a slump as I would expect it to be. They still are managing, every time it takes a drop, they're still managing to claw back.
People are disappointed in it from an investing standpoint. I want to share with you something that I read from a couple of years ago on silver bugs. Precious metals are not and never will be an investment, and we should stop selling them as such. And then he describes a few like stocks, paying dividends, bonds, paying interest, land, rent payments. Actually, with me and property, I get interest from my private mortgage lending. Precious metals falls into 2 categories: insurance or collectible.
I would agree. I tell people all the time, it's not an investment. It's just something you have in reserve that you may need sometime. But you can also convert gold to silver and silver to gold. So if we have a barter economy, even temporarily, you'll have something you can use to barter for necessities. but it's something that, depending on how you buy it, it's not under the watchful eye of a government, unless you take
point.
$10,000 worth on a plane, try to escape the country, they'll probably take it away from you. But no, it is insurance.
Do you see the risk here that he's trying to address? People going into gold and silver thinking they're going to make a lot of money.
Well, he has no idea what is going to happen if we have a situation that involves hyperinflation. Nobody in this country has any knowledge of anything like that. The worst situation in a civilized country was Germany, pre-World War II, after World War I, where they were assessed reparations they couldn't possibly pay. And so the Weimar Republic got the bright idea, well, if we just inflate the currency a little bit, that'll help us pay our reparations. And all they did was destroy the confidence in the currency, in the mark. And so once you destroy the confidence in the mark, the sky's the limit. The last note they printed in Germany during the Weimar Republic was 100 billion marks. That was the last note they printed. You just never should look at it as an investment. It is an insurance policy.
It is. Now, I do think
It's
that
a hedge.
it's a hedge. Thank you. Real money hedge, by the way.
A real money
A
hedge.
real money hedge, right?
Yeah.
A constitutional real money. We could go on and on, but this is something else that I wonder about, and I want to get your take on here. Gold and silver spot price has really lagged the price inflation that we've seen in the economy.
Yeah, that
It
is true.
hasn't. Silver should be over $140 an ounce to compensate for the inflation that we had to reach an all-time inflation-adjusted high, and it's nowhere near that. Gold should be a lot higher, thousands, 4,000, 5,000 to 10,000, to really compensate for the inflation. So is there an arbitrage? Is there a potential in this climate to maybe not just keep up with inflation, but to make money if it does catch up to where it ought to be?
Well, a lot of ifs there.
I know.
The problem is there is some industrial use of gold and there's some industrial use of silver. It has not gotten to a critical point and won't anytime soon. And silver is recyclable. Gold is not recyclable, but it's easy to mine for countries like China that have thousands of mines around the world. And so is China buying gold? Are they out there on the market buying gold from other central banks? I don't think so. I think they're repatriating the gold from the thousands of mines they have around the world.
On that topic, People's Bank of China is back in the gold market, Tim, buying 5 tons in November.
Well, how are they buying it?
China's central bank has re-entered the gold market, ending a 6-month pause. The latest data from the People's Bank of China shows the central bank bought 5 tons of gold last month.
From where?
He added that China's officials increased to 2,269 tons.
By their estimates.
China's return to the gold market came as prices experienced a sharp correction and significant volatility following Donald Trump's victory. Yeah, no kidding. Gold prices have continued to struggle throughout December.
No, they haven't. They're going steadily up. The CCP is running all of this anyway. And the CCP issues as much information as they think you ought to know. That's it. And nothing else. What is the spot price? Well, it's probably what they pay for contracts, futures contracts in gold. Okay. And then where does the bid come from? Well, the bid is what the COMEX would buy back those contracts. But it's all thin air. It's all contracts are thin air. That's insane. The whole thing is insane.
Aren't you glad Yellen's gone?
Oh, very glad. Yeah, I heard her lying because she doesn't know any better the last time she was in front of a camera. And they need somebody who knows economics, understands how money should be protected, and at least maybe give the Federal Reserve the right to go talk to Congress and tell them what they can do and what they can't do. And if they don't follow those procedures, it's not laws, procedures that they recommend, what will happen to the economy. That's all that has been needed in the last 4 years, is for a strong Federal Reserve to go sit down with the Congress and say, here's the math, and it's not working out, and you guys are the cause.
I think that the manipulation is going to eventually pop, that COMEX will lose control of this. There's going to be a run, and they will start settling in dollars, and then panic will set in, and it's going to be out of control.
Well, when the COMEX
race
starts
to the
issuing,
exits.
when they start issuing IOUs, that's when the people are going to wake up.
Yeah.